I am reviewing Civil War. Civil War, the new Alex Garland A24 film. So one of the things I enjoyed the film. I think you could possibly go into it and think that it's going to be this action-packed war film because of the name Civil War. And there are action elements, there are war elements, but it feels much more like a satire of division in this country and how close to a civil war we could be more than we think that we are. One of the things I really loved about it is that I actually like that it wasn't so action, 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 war the whole time. There is action, it is interesting, it is engaging, but spoiler alert, you take the risk when you keep listening to this. He follows four journalists. So it's told through the lens of these journalists, which I think is really smart because it gives us core characters to connect to. And there's this main journalist called Lee, and I don't remember the name of the other gentleman, and this younger female journalist, and they get connected at the very beginning because of a protest that's happening. And I feel like they were making lots of comments about the morality of what it is to be a journalist and the morality of what does it look like to re- record something and here are the facts and we're presenting what we see but not do anything about what's happening, and is the recording the facts and saying this is what we see, is that enough for the difference they're trying to make in the world? And so I heard a little bit from my husband because I don't dive too deep into these things on social media. And apparently, there's a lot of things people have said or think that Garland is a big right wing person trying to force his agenda or something like that. He told me something to that effect. But I actually really appreciated that in the film, I didn't notice or feel like they were making a this is this side or this is this side kind of thing. What I really appreciated about it is that what I appreciated about it is that it didn't do that, is that it didn't say, we're the liberals trying to take down the government or we're the conservatives trying to take down the government. Like it's upsetting enough and jarring enough to see civil war being represented in our country in a modern time. And it didn't show really anything either way. I felt like it was really just saying, here's the president. It didn't really say like what the issue was. What you get is that there's a succession of California and Texas, the Western forces, and that those forces eventually go and take over and overthrow the White House. And I mean, I feel like it really could be your interpretation either way of like what side, but that's not the point that the film is trying to make. And the fact that people are talking about sides, I think, points to why the film was made in the first place, the division that we're experiencing in the country and the division that we're experiencing among American citizens. And I honestly think it comes down to, sounds like juvenile and very general, but it comes down to the fact that we cannot allow ourselves to disagree and actually listen to one another. It's very, very, very interesting. So, at the very end, like even the young journalist letting Kirsten Dunst die and her taking a picture of it as she dies, like the point that that's making. And yeah, it was people expecting kind of like popcorn blockbuster. It's gonna make you uncomfortable, and I think that's the point. So it had very Children of Men vibes. Children of Men vibes, like not extremely post-apocalyptic where it feels so distant you can barely connect with it, but close enough where I'm like, could this be a few years from now?